Hello, welcome Glow Getters. Today we're going to be going over my morning skincare routine. I have a few new products that I can't wait to use and share them with you guys. So, in case you're new here, just a little background about me. My name is Tasha. I'm in my late 40s and I suffer from cystic acne, hormonal acne, and hyperpigmentation. If you can relate, you've come to the right place. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm going to give you a close-up on what my skin is doing now. So let me just come into the camera. And over there. So the cysts have subsided, but I'm still experiencing some congestion and breakouts. Now, because I am under the direction of my dermatologist, I am currently using a topical antibiotic, clindamycin, and you mix that with benzoyl peroxide. I also take an oral antibiotic, and then excuse me, and then at night I'm taking tretinoin or retin-A. So that's what we're dealing with. So first we're gonna go in with something new to me. It's the Roche-Posay Toleriane. Yeah, I hope that's how you pronounce it, child. The Toleriane Purifying Foaming Cleanser, and it looks like this. All right. And I've heard really good things about this cleanser. It is indeed a gentle cleanser, which is something that's recommended. Something without all the actives to irritate my skin and so forth. Plus, if you're ever doing a benzoyl peroxide regimen, you have to stay away from any salicylic acid as it interacts with each other. So let's go in for our first cleanse. Okay, let's go in with my second cleanse. I always double cleanse. Okay. And I'm drying my face with my disposable towel from Clean Skin Club. Now, these also are biodegradable, so I think you should definitely give it a try. So far, my skin feels pretty good. I definitely think it is a gentle cleanser. I'm not feeling overly tight. There was no stinging or burning sensation. And I don't feel like I'm overly dry. So I will continue to use this throughout the week. But just on first impressions, feels pretty good. Not bad, not bad. And I've heard a lot of good things about that cleanser from La Roche-Posay. So, okay, so next we're gonna go in with my toner. And we're gonna use the Anua Heartleaf 7.7 plus Hyaluron. And this also is a gentle toner. So recently, I follow a particular YouTuber, and her skin looks great, but she shared with us that she suffers from fungal acne. And I was instantly intrigued because I had never heard of fungal acne. And she showed us like before pictures and how her face had and neck had broke out all over, and these, they're not cysts, but they're kind of small bumps, but they were plentiful. They were all over her skin. And so, excuse me, as I've been watching her journey, her skin now looks beautiful. It looks really good. Her fungal acne cleared up quite a bit. And so I did a little bit of research about what fungal acne is. And apparently, it's not like traditional acne. From the materials that I read, it said that you kind of get it from a fungus that happens to grow on your skin. And so she's under the care of a dermatologist, and her results are remarkable. Okay. And by the way, this toner is very mild, no burning sensation, no tightening of the skin or anything like that. So this particular YouTuber also shared that she recently started Accutane. And we're gonna go in next with my Mixsoon Bean Essence, which looks like this. And so this YouTuber has started her journey with Accutane, and her skin looks phenomenal. I'm not really sure how far along in her Accutane journey she is, but her skin looks phenomenal. No hyperpigmentation, not a lot of scarring based on what she showed us. But so I, in the past too, have thought about Accutane. So the first time, really quick. So next we're gonna go in with my products up from The Ordinary. This is the Niacinamide powder. And unfortunately, this has been discontinued. They do have a gel form, so I'm just gonna use the rest of my powder. I really liked the powder, but the gel niacinamide works as well. And then after that, we're gonna go in, we're gonna mix in my alpha arbutin, which looks like that. And then we'll also go in with my Mandelic acid, which looks like that. So I was saying, the first time I experienced cystic acne was when I was pregnant with my daughter, and she's 22 now. So it was a very long time ago. But as a kid, I really didn't have acne. I unfortunately got adult acne. And so over the years, you know, I get with my dermatologist and we start back on my skincare routine with the prescribed medications. And it's always worked. It's always worked. But I definitely have considered Accutane. But my only drawback is how harsh the side effects are. But now, from when I discussed it with my dermatologist, now they'll put you on a lower dosage so that way you're not experiencing some of the harsh side effects. It takes a little longer. You know, I think he said it would be anywhere from 6 months to a year if you go the low dosage route, which is all I would be interested in. But my biggest issue with Accutane was always the side effects, because they just seem so harsh. Nosebleeds, drying of the skin all over, not just your face, not just your neck, but all over. I've read that some people lost their hair. So, but my derm told me that, you know, we would start you off on a low dosage. That way, you know, the side effects won't be so harsh. So if you've used Accutane or thought about using Accutane, leave them in the comments. I'm curious to see who else has thought about it. And tell me why you either did or didn't. What were the drawbacks? What were the benefits? From what I've seen, people that have taken Accutane, once they get through the treatment, their skin is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Beautiful skin. So it's just a matter of whether or not you can go through all of the side effects and how much they do or don't affect you. Next, we're going to go in with my Good Genes Lactic Acid by Sunday Riley. Now this product has, and there's the consistency, this product does have a mild fragrance, not overbearing. So as far as the Accutane, I'm going to weigh out my options. I'm going to think about it. Seriously think about it. As I get older, I'm really just tired of having to deal with the cystic acne. Because first of all, it's so painful. So painful. And you know, the scarring that I get, that it leaves behind is just a bit much. It just becomes tiring. And so I am going to definitely look into it, talk to my dermatologist more about it, and potentially consider it. Next, we're going to go in with my vitamin C. This is the Bliss Bright Idea Vitamin C plus Tripeptide. Okay, and we're going to mix that with my CEO Afterglow by Sunday Riley. And this is definitely a staple in my skincare routine. The good thing about vitamin C is it's very brightening, and it's supposed to help with some of the hyperpigmentation that I'm dealing with. So there's the consistency of those two products. And there is a fragrance, mostly from the CEO Afterglow, but it just smells very citrusy. Okay. Next up, we're going to go in with my serum. And this is a hydrating lightweight serum. And we're going to use the Anua Rice 7 Plus Ceramide Hydrating Barrier Serum. And so that's what that looks like. And there's the consistency. And this has no fragrance. It feels really good on the skin. And because I'm on tretinoin, benzoyl peroxide, and clindamycin, this is a nice hydrating step so that I don't get overly dry. And under normal skin conditions, this is actually where I would stop, with the exception of my SPF. But because I am experiencing dryness from my regimen, especially, I notice more dryness with the benzoyl peroxide and the clindamycin. I don't really get dried out from the tretinoin. However, I definitely peel when I'm on the tretinoin, which is okay. I think that's what it's supposed to be doing. And so I'm going to go in with my half and half peptides plus ceramides fluid moisturizer by Prequel. And I swear by this stuff. It feels so good on the skin. And there's our consistency. Yeah, this, oh gosh, this feels amazing. A really good moisturizer. It's obviously thicker than a serum, but not as thick as my night cream. And this has no fragrance. It glides on great. My skin feels moisturized. It's not greasy. This is a really nice moisturizer. Okay. Next, we're gonna go in with a new product that I'm excited to use. So we're gonna go in with my SPF. So this is the Anua Zero Cast Moisturizing Finish Sunscreen in SPF 50. And this is what it looks like. And I always have a go-to for my SPF, which is the Melly. Let me grab that for you. That way you guys can know what I'm talking about. And I love that because there's absolutely no white cast. Yeah, this is the Melly No Shade Sunscreen SPF 30. And this is a really good one. This is normally my go-to for my SPF because it leaves absolutely no white cast. And it just has a really beautiful finish. Okay. Might have used too much. And this is what the sunscreen looks like. Okay, so let's see if it does what it promises by the Zero Cast. So I'm gonna come in closer so that you all can see. But so far, so good. Wow. Wow, no white cast at all. Not even in my eyebrows. Sometimes certain SPFs will hide in my eyebrows, the white cast. This, not at all. And it doesn't have a fragrance. Well, it has a normal fragrance. I think SPF has a normal fragrance, so that's what it smells like. And notice that I'm putting the sunscreen on my lips because they need protection from the sun too. And where I live, it's mostly sunny all the time. But this looks really good. This looks really good. I'm happy with this. I can't wait to see how it does during the day. So let me go ahead and give you a close-up so you can see how things are looking. Hopefully you can tell that there's no white cast. Yeah, that's a keeper. Again, the Anua Zero Cast Moisturizing Finish Sunscreen in an SPF 50. Definitely give that a try. Anua makes some really good products, so I'm really happy that this is doing what it says. And we've reached the end of the video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy this kind of content, please consider subscribing. And lastly, leave me a comment if you have any questions about any of the products I used today, if you have any recommendations on what you'd like to see me use, or share with me your current skincare routine. I'm all ears. I'd love to hear it. Until next time, from acne to aura, every glow has a journey. Take care of your skin and keep glowing with grace.